Hey, Austin homeowners, there's lots of interesting things going on in the real estate market right now. I'm Eric Peterson, broker of Kopa Real Estate, and in this video, we're going to cover the most recent real estate statistics, some of the interesting things that I've seen happen over the last 30 days in deals that I've been involved with, some of the mistakes that I'm seeing in the real estate market from both buyers and sellers, and we'll talk about what all this means to you if you're planning on putting your home on the market. And remember, if you have any plans of putting your home on the market, be sure to sign up for one of our upcoming free home selling seminars where you'll learn everything you need to know about selling your home from a real estate broker who sold over 600 homes in your area. Sign up today and check upcoming dates at copaseminar.com. First, let's take a look at the statistics for the Austin MLS. And remember, this is covering a huge area from all the way down to like San Marcos up to the Gerald area. So these statistics may not really be important for your home sale or if you're thinking about buying a house. All right, let's get down to it. In the overall area for July of 2025, there were 2,888 sales. That was down 8.6% from last year. Average dollars per square foot was $254 a square foot, and that was down $5 a square foot. Median price was $425,000. That was down 2.5% from the previous year. And the average sales price ticked up 0.8% to $566,225. Median days on the market didn't increase to 40 days. And one of the statistics we want to look at going forward is the number of homes that are on the market. So if you look at the inventory of single-family homes right now in mid-August, we got 11,943. And this compares to last year at being only 10,322. So we still have higher number of homes for sale right now than we did even a year ago. Now I just want to kind of get into a stream of consciousness and talk about some of the interesting things that I've seen over the last 30 days in real estate transactions that I've personally been involved in. And dollars per square foot is always an interesting statistic, and all of us in the real estate community, because we see so many people use this stat the wrong way and often way overpricing their house because of it. It's a statistic that, we talk about more from a negative standpoint, but we rarely talk about like why a home could sell for much higher than the average dollar per square foot. And so I was asked to sell this incredible house over in Heritage Oaks here in Austin, adjacent to Avery Ranch. And one of the things that the owners wanted to talk to me about when we sat down was they wanted to talk about our strategy about selling a home for above average dollars per square foot and what we were going to do when the buyers and the agents started talking to us about average dollars per square foot. And the reason why they had called me is because I had sold another house over in the Highland Horizon neighborhood for an incredible price just a few months ago as well. And this is really important to understand is that, the average is just the average. That means some are going to be below and some are going to be higher and some are going to be way higher. And part of the difficulty of the real estate business is understanding which are those homes that are going to really sell for much higher than average dollar per square foot. And this house, if there's anything that justifies it, it was this one because it's a special floor plan, very much upgraded, incredible condition for the home. And it was really a one-of-a-kind property. And, there's an adage in real estate that says your first offer is your best offer, but that's not always true. And particularly with both of those houses, the Highland Horizon house and this house, in both of those cases, we had two offers that were rejected before we finally got a third offer that was accepted. And even that third offer came in at much lower amount. And I had to educate the buyer's agent. To their credit, the buyer's agent did pass on the information to the buyers about why this was a special property. So before you, just resign yourself to only selling your home for average dollars per square foot, give me a call because you might be leaving money on the table if your house really is one of those special homes that does justify this, higher priced listing. Right? So make sure you contact me about that. Now I want to tell you a story that I don't want this to come across as being snarky, but it's something that I run across all the time when we're selling homes, and that your friends and neighbors are going to be giving you a lot of advice, and often it's not particularly good advice, and it can be tempting to take that advice instead of the advice from a professional, but it can also create a whole lot of anxiety for you and really cause you to go off the rails on things. And so again, this isn't advice where I'm trying to make fun of anybody, but I just think it's a really good image to demonstrate this. The house on the right, I took this picture on the day that I was picking up the sign from that house after we closed it. House on the left, they had their house on the market for about 4 months, and I don't think they've been able to sell it, and I don't know what's going to happen with that. But the people who own the house on the left have been giving the people that own the house on the right, who did sell their house, a lot of advice for months before they put their house on the market. And I've always found that this just makes the whole home selling process more difficult when people are, it's really hard to callous yourself not to be taking this advice and not to be taking in information from a lot of people who are not experts in the real estate business. They're not in the blender of the real estate market right now, which is very challenging. And so the more you take advice from somebody that may not be an expert that way, it's only going to make your home sale harder and harder and harder, right? So be sure that you reach out to people who are actually in that blender and who can give you advice based on what we're seeing in the market today, and not just kind of what somebody's hopes and dreams are or what they think should be happening, right? So contact me today if we can help you before you take in too much information from other people. Finally, let's talk about unprofessional real estate agents. This is one of these things that's very frustrating to my clients when we're selling their house. And I tell them, every morning I wake up and I say the serenity prayer, right? This is the thing where you recognize things that you actually have control over and things that you don't have control over. And one of the things I don't have any control over is the real estate agent that a buyer in our area is choosing to work with to purchase your home. Totally out of my control, right? People complain about real estate agents being unprofessional or not being very good or whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, it's the consumer who is hiring those agents, right? And so it's nothing that I can do as somebody's listing agent. It's totally out of my control over doing that. And so we got, a lot of complaints about all kinds of things that agents are doing, show up late, don't give feedback, don't take their shoes off, whatever the case is. And we can do only so much for it. But really, as far as my advice to any consumers, if you're buying a house, I don't think you realize how much money it's costing you and opportunities it's costing you when you hire an unprofessional agent, because our sellers are looking at what agents do in terms of how offers are written, when they show up for showings, all this type of thing. And they're drawing conclusions based on the professionalism of that agent. And most of my clients are no-nonsense people, and they don't want to get kind of yanked around. So, if you're buying a house and you're hiring that person that maybe sells only one home a year, doesn't even sell a home a year, and you're thinking that, this is my best option, that probably isn't really going to work out the best for you in the long run. And for me, I'm done apologizing for other real estate agents in terms of their actions. And again, just back to the serenity prayer. Hey, I really want to thank you for watching our video. We appreciate your support. If we can help you in any way, contact me today. You can call or text me directly at 512-791-7473. Thanks for watching and make it a great day.